the studio with me in Cape Town is Cilliers, Director of TreasuryOne, to talk about the latest twist in the Greek story. It's not all over yet, is it? But I mean, it's a good sign.
It's a good sign. I think we should really look at the last negotiations before the vote in Parliament. One must not forget that they said they will then reopen negotiations. So the final agreements has not been put in place. At this point in time, it's just being perceived positively. We've seen banks opening in Greece this morning. We've seen the stock market open in Greece. That's up.
Yeah.
The bank seems to be doing well. So all in all, it's going well. But I've, for a number of time, said that I think it will turn out quite positive, simply because I don't think either party, neither Europe nor Greece, could really afford a move out of the euro at this stage.
No, it was the right thing to do, certainly for the Eurozone experiment. I did notice in the FT over the weekend that there's been a bit of a cabinet reshuffle, and the ruling Syriza party have almost purged a few of the people that were anti the agreement that Mr. Tsipras came to with the Europeans. And that there's been a suggestion there'll be a September or October snap election. And I just wonder what might happen there.
Well, once again, I'll maintain that I think Mr. Tsipras was going to have a very short political career. What was voted for in Parliament last week was really the opposition politics that was ruling, and not his own politics. So he's got a bit of mud on his face. And as I say, I think he's going to have a short political career, an election, most probably a resignation from him somewhere in between, and a unity government that will take care of it.
So by the early part of 2016, he'll probably be on the public speaking circuit, you're saying. I hope not, because although I think he's handled things badly in some ways, I do think he is a passionate Greek person and wants the best for his people. He's just a little bit politically naive, I think.
I think he was politically naive. Yes, he wants the best for his people. But I wrote a little piece last week where I said, you know, nobody can ever not expect people to live a bit of hardship when they repay their debt after a period of overspending. And you should always expect people to repay debt. Even though governments don't do that, it's not a harsh measure to expect people to do that. So he's been a little bit naive, but I think the Greece population is going to punish him for that.
Well, we'll see. The euro is not being punished, but it's certainly getting a little bit of stick from the international currency traders. It was interesting for the 2 or 3 weeks where Greeks really came to the brink, and it was the 11th hour, euro dollar was between 110 and 112. And here we are with Greece back in the fold. The eurozone has been saved, the euro has been saved. Euro dollar suddenly 108.30. So people selling the euro. Is that a dollar strength story, or are people saying, actually, it's better not to have Greece in the euro, so we're going to sell?
I think what we're seeing at the moment is other fundamentals other than Greece coming back into play. Let's not forget that the euro has been down to 102, 103 levels. Everybody was speaking about going through parity. And that was prior to the major Greek crisis.
Yes.
So Europe is not doing well. America is doing well, and everything seems to be going well for them. Interest rate increases on the cards. So I think the fundamentals at play is not so much at this stage Greece impacting on the selling of the euro, but other fundamentals, as you say, a dollar strength story.
I think so as well. If you look at the Greek economy rather, compared to, for example, one US state, Massachusetts, is 1/5 of the size of that. So it's a small story, but a more of a philosophical and an ideology problem. Andre, thanks very much for coming in this lunchtime. That's Cilliers, Director of TreasuryOne.